as OL Reign head down to California to take on Angel City FC on this Saturday night at Bank of California Stadium. This is the NWSL Live on Twitch. Hi, everybody. John Gross alongside Jen Cooper. Thrilled to have you with us on this Saturday night for a really important fixture out west. A lot of storylines in this one. Some key players back, some key players missing, and we'll jump through all of that before we get to kickoff. But first, again, an important matchup, especially in terms of playoff positioning, as we take a look at the league standings.
Earlier today, we had San Diego beating Chicago, so they're back in first. These teams both kind of middle of the table. What I find interesting about this matchup, John, is that 2 of the 5 red cards from this season have happened in an OL Reign versus LA game. We've got some new players like Jordan Heidema making her NWSL debut. Great to see more Canadians coming into the league. Also, Claire Emsley, her second appearance for LA after scoring in her debut. And so many of the international players coming back. What's funny, of course, is one of them, the big star, Megan Rapinoe, not available for this game because of a red card she earned last time these teams met in late June. But other than that, we've got Rose Lavelle, Quinn, lots of players coming back from either CONCACAF or other tournaments. Angelina's the only one still out with Copa America, Brazil playing in the final tonight. But it's a great slate of players, and it's going to be a pretty fierce contest between these teams.
Absolutely, and as we take a look at some of these players who are out on international duty and are returning from international duty, playing for some very prominent sides worldwide.
Yeah, Alana Cook, Sophia Huerta, Lavelle, and Rapinoe obviously won the CONCACAF tournament, beating Vanessa, Gilles, Quinn, and Heitema in that final in Monterrey. And now back with their club teams. So excited to see them in this matchup in LA. 4 times these teams have met this season, and Reign has won all of them.
And this is how Angel City comes out tonight. The lineup from Freya Kuhn.
Dita Harcic in goal. Of course, she started every game this season. Paige Nielsen on the back line, John, making her 50th all-time NWSL appearance. And I love that front line of Sydney Leroux, June Endo, Claire Emsley. Still waiting for Leroux for her first goal for Angel City.
Now, Leroux, of course, a major addition just weeks ago. And on the opposite side of things, the lineup for OL Reign. Head coach Laura Harvey. They win away from tying the all-time regular season record in the NWSL, and this is her starting 11.
And a win tonight would mean her first road win of 2022. Cook and Hyatt holding things down in front of Fallon Tillis-Joyce, who's tied for the lead in shutouts this season. Most importantly, Jordan Heitema making her NWSL debut up front where Megan Rapinoe would normally be playing. Kim Little facing her fellow Scotswoman, Claire Emsley, on the other side.
An intriguing matchup out west. Should be a fun one between Angel City and OL Reign. Stick with us. Kickoff coming up next on Twitch. Back here at Bank of California Stadium as we are set for kickoff. OL Reign and Angel City. John Gross alongside Jen Cooper, our match referee Katya Koroleva. As we wait for the opening whistle to get things started. Angel City 5-4-2. OL Reign 4-3-5. And unbeaten in this calendar year against Angel City, 3-0, including a couple of Challenge Cup matchups.
And it's not dark on the West Coast yet, John, but it's dark a lot of places where people are watching. So let's say welcome to NWSL After Dark.
Yes, absolutely. Always fun after dark. Thank all of you for tuning in wherever you may be joining us from.
Now, Reign's won all 3 previous contests between these teams. 2 of those 3 contests resulting in a red card. 1 for LA in Challenge Cup, 1 to the Reign the last time they met in June in the regular season. So I'm expecting a little bit of feistiness.
Certainly been a physical series this far this season. Speaking of red cards, no Megan Rapinoe tonight for OL Reign. This ball is played through, and no trouble for Didi Hadicic.
And Tyler Lucy for LS, she's also out this game, not for a red card, but because of yellow card accumulation. She got her 5th yellow in the last game.
Huerta plays it centrally, low drive on frame, and Hadicic has a first save of the night.
Not surprised to see Huerta moving up so far forward from that right back position. She's so dangerous as an attacker. Has that incredible cross. The ball she can float in. And I think she's finally found that niche on the national team to kind of carve out a roster spot for herself moving forward.
This was just a part of that United States side that claimed the CONCACAF championship, clinched a spot in the World Cup and in the Olympics. We talked about prior to kickoff, a slew of players for OL Reign back with this side.
More players gone than any other team in the league if we count Jordan Heitema, who had just signed with the team before heading to Monterrey, Mexico to play the CONCACAF tournament. So 8 players gone. But you and I were talking before the game just how smart the Reign have been in their player moves, bringing in a player like Kim Little, an established veteran who's played for this club before, who's played for Laura Harvey before, on a loan to bridge that gap while the internationals is gone. I think it's a brilliant roster move.
Little taking off the ball momentarily, able to recover. Here's Sofia Huerta. Quinn, wheeling. Quinn works it wide, back to Huerta. Huerta flings it back post. And skips over everybody. Pretty dangerous ball, though, from Huerta, who's been very active early.
Heitema trying to get a touch on that ball. You know, fine net in her debut NWSL game. We already had a debut goal earlier tonight. Jaden Shaw for San Diego, youngest player to score a goal in her NWSL debut at just 17.
Heitema, such a major addition to this side. Came from Paris Saint-Germain, signed a 2-year contract. What do you think a player of her caliber can bring to this OL Reign club?
Well, when you factor in how young she is, but already has, 3 seasons at a Division I French club and more than 50 caps, including a gold medal for Canada, that's an incredible acquisition. That she's a veteran with so many years in front of her. I know when she was finishing high school, I'm sure all of the NCAA coaches were drooling over trying to recruit her, but she made the decision to go abroad, and I love that she's coming back in NWSL to get, I would say, a more week in, week out competitive environment.
Huerta flicks ahead. Huerta once more. Rose Lavelle, some space to work with on the right flank. Back to Huerta. Perhaps a miss into the cross attempt. 1-2. And sniffed out well by Allie Riley. And how about the bit of skill and perhaps a counter in the workings for Angel City.
Riley, the captain, back in her hometown after years of playing professionally all over the world.
Well, intended for LaRue. It's up the other direction. You mentioned Riley scored her first NWSL goal in the 9th minute of the win against San Diego on July 9th. That was the last match that Angel City played. It's been 3 weeks since they last took the pitch.
Yeah, their July 15th match in North Carolina postponed due to COVID protocol issues. So they've had an extra break. Sometimes that can really benefit a team. Sometimes not so much. But I think with the internationals coming back, also some players getting closer to being healthy. Like we saw Jasmine Spencer warming up on the sideline. It would be great to see her come into this game.
Yeah, Spencer has not played since late May 29th to be exact. But Spencer is available for selection. Thus far, it's been OL Reign dominating possession once more in that final third. Little shovels it back out.
Our newer NWSL fans might not recognize Little as the Golden Boot and MVP from the second NWSL season back in 2014.
Nifty back heel. Comes out to Huerta. And her attempt comes off the back line. Little previously had played for Reign back in 2014 to 2016. 32 goals in 63 matches.
Yeah, Laura Harvey bringing her in 2014, and she just exploded on the NWSL scene. Led the Reign, of course, along with Megan Rapinoe, Jess Fishlock, Lauren Barnes, to back-to-back NWSL Shields, back-to-back appearances in the NWSL final.
Quinn, some space to work with, switches it left side. Numbers work their way inside the box, and cross sails over the end line for a Hadicic goal kick. Another great crowd on hand tonight at Bank of California Stadium has truly become a unique and perhaps an intimidating venue to play in for visiting squads. Angel City 3-2-2 at home this season.
And already averaging about 19,000 fans
Remarkable.
a game.
Angel City looking to build something for really the first time tonight. Ball flicked to the right side. And low drive on frame. Off the deflection. Tapped home. Rocaro. Her first ever goal. And it's the home side on the board first.
What a goal for the 2016 first round draft pick. I know, I remember reading her name all those years ago. She's played mostly defense. They've moved her up a little bit the last few years, playing with North Carolina and now with LA. I love this run. The through ball from McCaskill to Emsley. Ricaro carries on her run. Doesn't stop. Gets that rebound from Tullis Joyce. They can't make that second save. First ever NWSL goal for the Notre Dame product. Love it.
And what a turn of events, Jen. First, 9 or so minutes dominated by OL Reign, but it's the home side who strike first.
Brilliant counterattack. Yeah, it was all down in front of Didi Hadicic for the several minutes, but the important goal, the important number is the one that we'll see on the scoreboard shortly.
Again, an Angel City side who have not played in 21 days.
They definitely took advantage of that rest. And it seems like this season we've seen so many players score their first ever goal, whether it's a rookie, but also established players, usually defensive midfielders and defenders that are getting their first goals. I love it. Like, it's unpredictable. Like we said, it's NWSL After Dark. And now we've got another attack, counterattack coming down that right side.
It's Emsley, who had the shot on target that deflected right to the foot of Ricaro.
Madison Hammond was so far forward, and with her ponytail, I was like, hey, that's not Sydney LaRue. It's like, no, it's a defender coming forward. That's Madison Hammond. They're taking a page out of the Reigns playbook and having their defenders push far forward.
A nifty turn from Endo, but unable to work her way past Sofia Huerta. Nilsson. That's deflected back out. And Huerta is in some pain. And Laura Harvey pleading for a whistle. And now she'll get it. Katia Koroleva halting play.
Koroleva, believe it or not, John, the only referee who has refereed since the NWSL inaugural season in 2013. She's also been an official at several Youth World Cups and also the 2015 World Cup.
An NWSL institution. Here is Laura
Say
Harvey.
that about Laura Harvey, too.
You absolutely can. As we talked about before, a win tonight would tie her amongst the all-time regular season wins leaders. What a career it's been for her. And her side have looked very much like a contender this season.
We just haven't seen a win in the regular season on the road for the Reign.
0-3-2 outside of Seattle. As Little works it ahead, finds the foot of Heidema. Ball popped towards Heidema and high pointed by Hadicic. Physical challenge in the air.
And I figured this match would get feisty. Don't think it needs to get rough, though.
It was Rocaro and Lavelle jockeying for that aerial ball. And Lavelle getting checked on by the medical staff. We'll look back at this.
Ball coming out from the keeper. Lavelle gets her head on the ball, but then Rocaro ends up heading Lavelle. She can't continue on the field if there's any, blood coming out of her nose. She's laughing. That's always a good sign.
Any sort of contact to that head, neck area is always scary.
And I like that it seems like the knock looks like it was more on the nose and not the forehead, which is much better situation. And of course, wisely giving her the concussion protocol.
There's Lavelle, obviously an impactful player both in this league and on the international stage for the U.S. women's national team.
Might need to tape up the small cut on her nose, or this might just be the formal. You have to come off since the trainer came on.
So Lavelle off momentarily. On the restart, it's Huerta, who was in some pain just moments ago.
And this is the fourth time this season, John, that Angel City has scored within the first 10 minutes.
Some early success as Huerta and company look for the answer, and it won't come here.
I'm sure a lot of fans remember the first game for Angel City, the first regular season game, in front of a sold-out crowd here at the Bank of California Stadium. They scored within, I think it was the second minute.
Some early success for a side who would love to pick up 3 points tonight. These two sides 6 and 7 respectively in the league table. Hey, a lot of matches left to be played this year, but anytime you have two teams who are in the same vicinity in the standings, always a little bit extra when those 3 points are on, the line.
And when you're playing an opponent who you've already seen 3 times this season, you know each other. They've been really close matches, even though Reign has come up the winner in all of them.
Idema coming into that last tackle. Riley not thrilled with the throw-in being awarded to the visitors. And Rose Lavelle has made her way back on the pitch. Bottom of your screen. Great sight to see. Emsley lost it. It's Fishlock. Options on both sides. Fishlock with the left. One hops into the chest of Hadicic. Another save.
Fishlock winning the ball from Emsley, beating Weatherholt, threading it through the defenders, but right to Hadicic there.
Lofted ball. It's Fishlock in stride. And can't quite get to it. And King wincing. Took that ball, which then ricocheted out for a throw.
King, a first-round draft pick in 2020 by the Utah Royals. Got traded the following year to the Reign.
Two goals this season for King. Both goals came within 4 minutes of each other against Racing Louisville. Lavelle applies some pressure, and Hadicic just able to get rid of it.
I mentioned Angelina gone for the Copa America final. It's already over. I forgot how late we were and what time that final was, but Brazil again has won the Copa America title, beating Colombia 1-0. And of course, the winning goal was scored by an NWSL player, Debinha.
Debinha, one of a slew of Brazilians in this league. Congratulations to Angelina and her Brazilian teammates for claiming the cup. And a whistle as Endo goes down. She was the one whistled in the foul.
June Endo, one of the few internationals who wasn't gone in July because Japan played a couple friendlies in the FIFA break end of June, but Asia had already played its World Cup qualifying tournament earlier this year.
Back in January. Mm-hmm. They've had their ticket punched for quite some time. No pressure for these Asian nations.
Yeah, so here you have an Angel City team who's missing a couple players, signed no NTRs, where the Reign were missing the league top of 8.
Here's King, rolls it across for Lavelle. Unable to control in a dangerous area.
Hadicic, which already 3 shutouts this season. That's more than she's had in any previous NWSL season. Though, to be fair, this is her first season as the #1 keeper.
Previously spent time with Gotham, Washington. To deal back in January through 2023 with Angel City. Light him up. And her debut with OL Reign. King now. He's through for Little. Little, 2 on her right. Can't quite get it through that back line as it's cleared away by Megan Reed.
Megan Reed, the only field player for Angel City who has played every minute of this regular season.
Angel City, one of just 2 teams with multiple Iron women on their roster. It's Didi Hadicic and the aforementioned Megan Reed. So certainly some consistency in that back area for Angel City.
And I love Reed's story. Here's a player that, didn't declare for the draft out of college a few years ago. Played a little bit of, semi-pro and, got a call, say, hey, why don't you come try out? And starting every match, playing every minute, that's usually not how that happens. But I think it speaks to how much talent we have in this country, and these additional, we had 56 more roster spots this year with the expansion teams of Angel City and San Diego, and if we get 2 more teams in 2024, that's 56 more spots, right? Playing soccer year-round and making our pool of players that could be in the national team even stronger.
There's Endo. Flicks it for Riley. Anticipation builds in Bank of California Stadium. Riley. By Lavelle. Trying to maneuver it ahead for Endo unsuccessfully. I mentioned the growth numbers-wise of this league, and really the expansion teams have also added to the parity. It's been such a competitive season with some of those expansion drafts and the reshuffling of talent across the league.
Well, I'm still waiting for really good data analysis from 538 or something about the different expansion processes over the history of the league. My hometown Houston Dash, first ever expansion team, they got very little in terms of assets. Each expansion team that followed, more assets were given, more things were put into play to create competitive teams. You don't want two teams to come out of the gate and not be able to compete at all.
Foot race won by Emsley. And you look at this Angel City side, very much in the thick of things. Of course, San Diego Wave now back atop the league table with 3 critical points tonight.
And at this point in the season, we're not going to have any other, FIFA breaks where games will be played, right? This July was an exception just because the Men's World Cup being pushed to the winter meant that all the women's tournaments moved to July. So the remainder of the season, everybody should have all their internationals. So it's a factor of keeping people healthy. There's very few weeknight games left. It's managing your roster, managing the health of your players, and maybe making 1 or 2 last signings or trades before rosters are frozen at the end of August.
Endo turns with some space to work with. Stumbles a bit. The Catskill crosses. Back post was looking for LaRue. Thumbs up from both sides. You can see the idea. The precision just wasn't quite there.
McCaskill currently leading Angel City with 3 goals this season, and that matches her single season high. Her rookie season, she had 3 in 2018, so she's got 3 this season, but she's got a half season left to play, and we know she's got her heart and soul set on getting back in that national team conversation.
3 goals and an assist this year for McCaskill, who has played 6 times since 2018 with the United States national team. Riley. Endo. LaRue tracks after it. Foot race. It's a physical challenge, a point, and a PK on the way. Cook came into the tackle. And a golden opportunity for Angel City to spring out to a 2-0 edge. And a booking on top of it. As we look back at this replay, Cook, the reigning best 11 selection, has been booked.
And Koroleva didn't hesitate to put up her hand. LaRue was shouting just to be sure and celebrating. Yes, we got the kick. Lana Cook, of course, not happy to give that one up. Nefalin Tolstoy, she's only faced one penalty kick in the regular season in NWSL. She conceded a PK to Lola Bonta when the team faced Kansas City. Savannah McCaskill stepping up, see if she can get her 4th goal of the season. She's 1 for 2 from the spot, all time.
McCaskill's approach! 2-0 Angel City.
That's the 3rd time McCaskill has taken a PK for Angel City, and the 2nd time she's converted. It's a nice lead for the home team to have.
A dream start through the first 27+ minutes. It all started here, Jen. The sliding tackle from Cook.
Madison Hammond sending that long ball for LaRue to get on, and then McCaskill, cool, calm finish to her right corner with Tullis Joyce jumping the other way. That's the 4th goal of the season for McCaskill. We were just talking about she had matched her single season high. Now she's topped it, 4 goals in 1 season.
Player who was acquired via trade earlier this year, making her impact felt tonight. 2-0 Angel City, a side who have not played in 21 days. They have looked ready to roll from the get-go tonight.
And a win for Angel City at this point, following Chicago's loss to San Diego, would jump them up to 4th place. They'd be tied with Chicago on points. Right now would be behind them on goal differential, but of course we have a lot of game left to play. Yeah, these two teams right now straddling that playoff line. OL Reign in 6th, Angel City in 7th. Still got a lot of season left to play, but each game is going to become more and more important.
Lavelle making that run. It's Riley the first one to it. And it's remarkable how this match has completely flipped from the first 8 or so minutes prior to that 9th minute goal. OL Reign just controlled things in so many ways, could not find a goal. And it's Angel City capitalizing not once but twice. Here's Fishlock. Fishlock once more, finds Lavelle. Huerta serves the ball ahead and cut out with ease. Huerta nearly had the takeaway. It is a throw-in for OL Reign.
And what's so important for Angel City right now, sitting on a 2-0 lead, this is the first time since the regular season opener back on April 29th that they have scored 2 goals in the first half. They're in control of this game, and that's not a place this team has been very often.
Freya Koeman Company hoping to hold on after this phenomenal start. As Hammond will get checked on.
And before tonight, going into tonight, Reign had conceded the fewest goals of any club. They were still in the single digits, no longer in the single digits now for goals conceded.
Hammond playing against her former club, was with Reign in 2020-2021. There is McCaskill, who netted her 4th goal of the season. The penalty kick to put her side up 2-0.
She also had a penalty kick against her former club Louisville earlier in the season, playing at Louisville.
She's been the PK specialist, has now attempted all 3 of Angel City's penalty kicks this year, and has converted twice. Lavelle weaves through traffic. Fishlock turns, strikes off the woodwork, headed goalward. Hadicic pulls it in.
How did that not go in? Archie's like, I'll tell you how.
What a strike from
Through ball,
Fishlock.
Fishlock turn and shoot, but the crossbar wouldn't let that in. Harchich, even though she had made the leap, she leapt up again to get that rebound before anybody from the Reign could pounce on it. Amazing reflexes.
Able to turn away Heidema in Heidema's debut. Heroic goalkeeping efforts in the early goings, and as you see, a bandage on the nose of Rose Lavelle, who took some contact earlier in the first half.
Got to do what you got to do to stay in the game. She'll probably get some fancier treatment at halftime.
Back heel unsuccessful. Ball deflects out to King. Well, Reign have knocked to the door multiple times, looking for that breakthrough. Fishlock, a hard sprint to it. Headed out to Huerta.
And this is just the first time this season for the Reign to concede 2 goals in the first half. As I already mentioned, they've conceded so few to begin with.
Right. Angel City finding that early success. Off a deflected shot on target. And later on a penalty kick conversion. In search of their first result this season in 3 total matches against OL Reign, as Heidema is taken off the ball. And it's one right back by Quinn. And Little drew the contact. The whistle comes in. Feed worked the other way by Roccaro, who scored the opening goal back in the 9th.
And that energy, getting a player with her first ever goal after so many seasons in the league, getting an insurance goal with so much game left to play, but you see the energy and the confidence.
Hammond moves to the right side. Emsley, one-on-one, tries to dance on Barnes. Still with it. Emsley driven cross on target for LaRue. And it's headed out for a corner. Angel City giving these home supporters many things to cheer about tonight.
And of course, I have to throw in some more cliches, John, about it ain't over till it's over, because the last time that the Reign gave up 2 goals in the first half, guess what the final score was?
3-2.
3-2 for the Reign. Now that game was against Gotham last August. That one was at home.
Tonight, a bit more of a challenge on the road in a hostile environment, as you see. McCaskill, who just moments ago converted on a penalty kick. He is set to boot this centrally. Low cross, skipped out of there. And one hops to the foot of Tullis Joyce. With a turnover in the midfield. Recaro. Emsley now. Emsley. Plays it through. Finds Riley making a run. Riley's cross. High pointed by Tullis Joyce.
June Endo right there. Ready to get that if Tullis Joyce didn't grab that out of the air. Tullis Joyce, like Harchich, in her first year as a starter in NWSL. She joined the Reign midseason last year, coming back home after playing a few seasons in France. She sat behind, of course, the great Sarah Bouhaddi for all of last season, but clearly she was a starter ready to start, and she has had a fantastic 2022 so far.
6 clean sheets in the season, tied for the league lead with Bella Bixby, whose Portland Thorns side came away with a 2-1 victory last night in Louisville. Here's Quinn on the interception. Fishlock tries to wiggle through traffic, takes some contact, and they play on.
Huerta being told to move back. You can't sneak any yards there, but Koroleva asking for Angel City's trainers to come on. Madison Hammond once again.
And we saw Hammond down a little earlier in this first 45.
And I wonder at what point we see Jasmine Spencer come on. We did see her warming up. She's available on the bench. Has not played since late May. Traditionally an attacker, but last few seasons we've seen her play on that, as an outside back if necessary.
As you said, it's not played since May 29th. We'll see when or if Freya Coombe decides to bring Jasmine on. And there's Madison Hammond back on her feet. It was Hammond who had the beautiful long ball, would set up the eventual penalty and the later conversion by Savannah McCaskill.
And as you mentioned earlier, Hammond signed from OL Reign after Angel City lost Sarah Gordon before the season even started. She was one of their big acquisitions as they were building their squad. Gordon hurting her knee before the season began. Angel City was like, we need some extra defenders. There's Jasmine Spencer with her bib off. Madison Hampton taking the bench, putting the bib on. And there's number 3, Jasmine Spencer, looking like she's picking up that sub card to move over to the midline and come in. I once heard a coach describe Jasmine Spencer as the Energizer Bunny, that she will not stop going.
Every team loves a player like that, right?
And she's one of just 21 players who have been rostered all 10 seasons of this league.
Huerta crosses backside, looking for Heidema on the follow off the end line. Low blast from distance. OL Reign looking for a handball to no avail.
Megan Reed with the save of the week. You see the ball get by the keeper and you're thinking it's in, but nope, you've got the defender behind the keeper.
It's the 2 Iron women, Reed and Hadicic, who have made some tremendous efforts to thus far keep OL Reign off the scoreboard.
LA still waiting to make that sub. Jasmine Spencer getting ready on the sideline.
Huerta flicks back for Little, who spins, gets rid of it for Heidema. Chops it through. Huerta unable to get the cross in. And here comes the change. The much anticipated return of Jasmine Spencer, replacing Madison Hammond. Spencer's first appearance since May 29th, battled a left knee injury and missed 6 matches, but she is back.
Selected by Angel City in the expansion draft from Houston Dash, and I know Houston did not want to give her up. She was basically the next player that would have been protected, and of course there were fewer players protected this expansion draft compared to the prior year's expansion draft. So if it had been a year earlier, she would have been protected.
Quick's feed, a little bit out of the reach of Sofia Huerta. Let's look back at just moments ago. Heinema.
She gets the ball down with her head, gets the shot off too. Lovely floated ball from Huerta, but I like the headed down, calm, cool, almost gets it past Harchich, but Megan Reed is there. Great teamwork by the Angel City defense.
Emsley whistled for the takedown of Huerta. Well, Rain quickly in the restart. Quinn. Little stop and go. Lavelle moves it for Fishlock, right back to Rose Lavelle. You can see the idea is that it's raced the other direction.
It seems like Rain's trying to move the ball around as quickly as they can. Taking advantage of what little time's left.
Through to LaRue, who is onside. LaRue plays it across. Well played by Cook. Emsley now. Allie Riley. He's up across. Again, finds the head of Cook. Riley works around Lavelle. Contact, no whistle.
But I love the reaction from the crowd. They want every call.
Initial indications suggest 5 minutes of added time to wrap up this first 45. We've just seen Angel City score twice, but OL Reign have come oh so close on multiple occasions. Is there another chance on the way? Huerta unable to get across it. And again, it's Riley. Five minutes of stoppage time, the decision. Lavelle loops it ahead, finds the chest of Heinema, turns and strikes. Just off target.
Just like the previous attempt, she's so quick to bring the ball, to settle the ball, bring it down, get a shot off. Just like the one before, we saw her head it down and coolly take a shot. Her spin was, you know, it's like the Tasmanian devil. She's like, whoosh.
It is quick. It is certainly with a lot of intent to it, and you could see her world-class abilities on full display. Her debut with OL Reign.
And she made her debut for Canada. She was not quite 16. So again, to have a player coming into your squad at 21, already has more than 50 caps, an Olympic gold medal, 3 years at PSG. That's an incredible acquisition.
And given how long she's been a big-time name in the soccer world, it is remarkable that she is still only 21 years old.
Yeah, we're seeing that trend now, right? More
Yep.
players leaving college because there are more legitimate opportunities to play pro. And not just for half a year, but for a full season.
Huerta. Paces. Huerta lets it fly over the crossbar.
We don't see her score as much as she used to since she's playing on that back line, but she's got a good 32 goals to her NWSL credit. Getting around those defenders, trying to get the shot off, but didn't quite have the angle to keep it low on frame. And only once this year has Angel City gone into the locker room having scored 2 goals in the first half, and that was their home opener back on April 29th when they beat North Carolina 2-1.
Little. Wide for King. King sidesteps. Down goes King. They play on. Little tease. Little strikes. Right at Hadicic.
We've seen some good shots from Fishlock this game, usually coming from right outside the box. King can't get past the defense, but wisely drops it back. Sorry, not Fishlock, Kim Little. I'm still waiting for that Kim Little goal, right? Like, I was so excited to have her back in the league. 32 goals in her 3 seasons with the Reign back in the day. And I don't mean back in the day to imply that she's old, because she's not. She's still so young.
Right. She averaged a goal with Reign once every 2 matches. 32 goals in 63 appearances.
And she's a clinical finisher from the penalty spot. She's like 10 for 12, I think, from the penalty spot.
Ooh. King paces after it, and Reed slaps it out for a throw. Time winding down to this first half of action. Angel City, a promising first 45 this far. Little. Fishlock now. Finds King. King towards Fishlock. Deflects to Lavelle. And comes off the side of Nielsen. As Barnes is turned back. Finds Quinn. Perhaps one last attack for OL Reign as we wind down this first half. Huerta. Aaron Barnes. Flicked ahead, Heidema volleys forward. Contact, down goes Fishlock. A point to the spot. And OL Reign can salvage a goal from this first half.
And the question is, who steps up to take it? Fishlock earned the PKs. Is she in a position to take it? We've seen Lavelle take PKs. She had a PK saved in Reign's season opener. And again, Corleva's decision is very quick. As Fishlock goes down, taken down by June Endo, you see her immediately signal for the PK, but then go to the thumbs up because Corleva has pointed to the spot. So here we are, late in stoppage.
Fishlock slowly Away outside the 18.
Harachich has faced 8 PKs in her NWSL career, saved 2 of them.
It is Kim Little who, as you said moments ago, is clinical from the penalty spot. The Scottish international denied!
Third career PK save for Harachich, but I would say by far the most significant one. And her first PK save for Angel City. There's the whistle for halftime. You gotta love that celebration. And I love the fierceness of a keeper who has just made such a significant penalty kick save.
As if 2 goals was not enough. Angel City now all the momentum in the world as they head to the dressing room. An emphatic save by Didi Harachich to keep her side in front, 2-0. What a first half it was. You look at the statistics, Rain perhaps a little bit more on their front foot, but Angel City converts not once but twice, and some heroics by Didi Harachich have her side up 2-0. Halftime, we'll have the second half for you after this. There was the PK finish. Some stellar goalkeeping by Harachich. Another save right there. And we are at the halftime break in LA. Back after this on Twitch. I'm in Hollywood, and what a first half it was for the home side. Angel City, a 2-0 advantage in this battle out west over OL Reign. John Gross alongside Jen Cooper. Thrilled to have you joining us wherever you may be tuning in from. And, well, this is a big-time match tonight, but not the only match of this weekend. This was a weekend that started yesterday as we take a look back at the highlights from last night.
All the teams getting back in action after a week or 2 break, depending on the team. Portland at Louisville. Sophia Smith leading this game, this team in goals, gets on the board early, sneaking it by Katie Lund. But not much later, Alex Chidiak, the young Australian, getting her first ever NWSL goal from an impossible angle to deny Bella Bixby a shutout. And then second half, Rocky Rodriguez getting the first shot, Hina Sugita getting the game winner for a 2-1 win for Portland. And then the later game, which had a weather delay, so much action in this one. It was back and forth. Trinity Rodman getting past Casey Murphy. Other side, just minutes later, O'Sullivan to Ratcliffe getting her second goal of the season. Goals in back-to-back games for the first time in her NWSL career. Spirit said, no, let's keep this going. It doesn't matter that it's almost halftime. Kelly O'Hara, great lofted ball. Tara McCune getting her first goal of this season. Make it 2-1 going into halftime. Second half, Carolina still fighting. Deanna Dornia is just back from the CONCACAF tournament, getting her 4th goal of the season. Rodman saying, I see you and I raise you, and boom. Here's my first career brace in the regular season to put Washington Spirit up 3-2. Are we done? No, we're not done. Denise Sullivan fighting to keep the ball in and eventually earns a penalty. Ordonia says, I'll take a brace too, thank you very much. 5th goal of the season to lead all rookies. The product out of Virginia, really producing for North Carolina this season. They kept battling. We saw a lot of great saves. Obviously, the post and crossbar getting involved as well. Aubrey Kingsbury, great save there. Ended up a 3-3 draw. Neither team satisfied, both still sitting on the bottom of the standings.
A whole lot of goals last night of that North Carolina matchup, and let's take a look at the upcoming schedule in the NWSL. Just past the midway point. Here's the NWSL updated standings. Pardon me. San Diego Wave FC with their 3 points. They're now atop the table.
Portland jumped up to first last night. San Diego got the win over Chicago to jump back up.
And as you see, the two teams involved in this matchup, right in the middle of things in the NWSL standings. Well, halftime break in LA. 2-0 Angel City in front. We'll have more for you after this on Twitch. Halftime of this battle out west. Angel City, a 2-0 lead over OL Reign. Happy to have you with us on Twitch. John Gross alongside Jen Cooper. Jen, if you're an Angel City supporter, you're pretty happy with what went down to that first 45 minutes of action.
You are so happy with this first half, John. Getting on the board early. We've seen them do this in the past, but to do this so emphatically, a defensive midfielder getting her first ever NWSL goal. Love this threaded ball coming through from McCaskill to Emsley. Ricaro right there for the rebound. The joy on her face, putting the team up 1-0. And then for the team to earn a second goal in the first half. They haven't done that since the beginning of the season. Sydney Leroux calling for that PK, getting it. McCaskill, second time she's converted from the spot for Angel City. That's her fourth goal of the season, a single season best. OL Reign doing their best to get on the board, earning the PK. Haracic coming up big in basically the last seconds of the first half to keep him up 2-0. That's got to feel good.
2-0 lead for Angel City over OL Reign. We'll have kickoff in the second half after this. We'll take a look at the first half stats. 2-0 lead for Angel City. And I think one thing we were talking about during the break, the XGs favor OL Reign 1.73 to 1.27. I'm not all too shocked to see that number.
Well, and I like that you use the lingo of the young kids these days, XGs.
Yes.
Actually mean, expected goals. Yeah, not surprised at all by those numbers. But when we saw the beginning of the game, right, where it was all rain, all down in LA's goal mouth, and then boom, that counterattack seemed to change everything. And then to have that incredible save from Haracic on Kim Little's PK, and I have to mention it's the first time in NWSL that someone has saved a Kim Little PK, right? She had 13 previously, 12 went in, one was a miss, was not on frame. It's the first time one's been on frame that somebody stopped it. That someone's Didi Haracic. She's celebrated, rightfully so. Take her team into the locker room up 2-0. That's got to keep that confidence boosted.
5 saves in that first half for Didi Haracic. A standout performance by the keeper, and away we go. 45 minutes in the books, 45 minutes to go. Angel City leads OL Reign on this Saturday night in Hollywood. Fourth time these two teams have played in this calendar year, second time of the regular season. OL Reign have captured all 3 meetings this far, but the visitors certainly have their work cut out for them.
And as I mentioned before halftime, last time Reign went down 2-0 in the first half, they came back to win 3-2. Now that game last August, that was at home, much different environment. They came back to win 3-2 against Gotham. I think that's going to be a much harder task tonight.
Here's King. Angles her way inside the 18 and taken off the ball by Jasmine Spencer. Back in action for the first time since May 29th. She came on late in the first half as a substitute.
And that's got to be a boost for Angel City as well. Here's a player, not tired legs, just got a few warm-up minutes towards the end of that first half. Also the energy of knowing that such a key player is back and healthy.
Heinema turns with some space, tripped up, and she'll look for a whistle, won't get one.
She tried to sell that one. I don't think Koroleva's buying.
King. Heinema directs on target, a 6th save for Didi Haracic.
And again, Heinema, she's not facing goal, but the speed at which she can turn around or just get the ball off on target is impressive. We haven't had the pleasure of watching Heinema week in, week out while she's been in France. We've had the glimpses whenever Canada's playing.
How about that turn from Spencer? Welcome back to action. Emsley on the takeaway.
And just like we've had some feisty matches between these clubs in the past, resulting 2 red cards in the previous 4 matches. No, sorry, 3 matches? Yeah, 3
yep.
matches. That's an incredible statistic. With this score, I think, Reign is not going to go down without a fight. They know they've got the depth to pull off this game. They've got plenty of time, but I think this could get really testy.
McCaskill skies it ahead, takes a hop, headed centrally. And scooped up by Tullis Joyce. And for an OL Reign side, already in a 2-goal hole. You look at the players that they're missing. No Angelina, she's out on international duty with Brazil. Megan Rapinoe out on a red card from last match. Bethany Balser out as well. So those are 3 key pieces for this club unavailable.
I would say Balser is really your biggest missing piece, where Rapinoe, has not seen a lot of minutes this season.
Right.
Angelina's been in and out of the lineup. Balser, she has appeared in so many Reign matches. This is her 3rd season to lead the club in scoring. She's a key piece. Of course, you'd love to have Rapinoe in there, but hey, you've got this young star who suddenly is on your team. That's a nice substitution.
Balser, somebody who had scored in 3 consecutive matches entering that Kansas City affair. He was held off the score sheet in that one. Here's Little, who had a penalty kick saved in first half stoppage time. King now, back to Little, and splits her wickets.
And Angel City missing Vanessa Gilles, still recovering from playing every minute of the CONCACAF tournament in Mexico. Tyler Lucy out on yellow card suspension. Lucy leading the league in fouls. Brings a lot of teeth to the match.
Fishlock ahead for Lavelle. There's Lavelle. King now. King 1-on-1 on Spencer. Quinn off to Fishlock. Heidema. Her Reign debut is taken off the ball. As Endo works it back to Nielsen. Off the ball from Cook. And a free kick on the way for OL Reign.
Switching fields with it. Sam Hyatt sending it over to Lauren Barnes. Barnes used to always be in the center for Reign. Now it's moved over to outside.
Little. Flicks wide. And it's Fishlock now. Fishlock driven cross. Finds Heidema. Who was it last off of? And it will be a goal kick.
Heidema again in a really dangerous position, just not able to get the touch on the ball that she wanted. You can see the advantage of her height in the box. Much easier target when you're sending those crosses in.
Spencer. June Endo. Another hold now. McCaskill plays it through, finds the foot of Emsley, whose cross is headed away. Comes to McCaskill, able to settle. Pops it right forward. And work the other way. Laura Harvey getting set to make a change. Olivia Vanderyacht readies to enter.
And it was Vanderyacht who had a very late game winner for the Reign against Angel City in Challenge Cup.
Huerta turns, ball takes a deflection. It's still loose. King unable to get it on target. Adachich again getting her hands on it. Barnes. Reign looking for that breakthrough moment. King plays it through, finds Fishlock, stays onside. Fishlock, what a moment! What a finish!
Incredible finish from the Welsh midfielder. They've been knocking on that door for a while, and I love the look on her face. She's not celebrating. She's saying, that's one. We need more. Nice little give and go with King. Off her right foot to just hit that post and bounce back in behind the keeper. Jess Fishlock getting it done. That is her 37th NWSL goal, of course, all with the Reign. She's one of 3 players who have spent their entire NWSL career with this club.
And it seemed to be only a matter of time before we saw that breakthrough. And oh so close on a multitude of occasions. And it comes off the right foot of Jess Fishlock. Ball lifted ahead towards Heidemup. Comes out to Lavelle. And Reed works it out for a throw. Did they make that substitution? Did they make that substitution? No, they did not.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Olivia Vanderyacht to come on.
Bodies at the deck. And a free kick awarded by Katya Koroleva.
Sam Hyatt back and forth with Quinn. Slow. Now it seems like they're taking their time. Like, let's get Angel City unsettled. I've never liked the cliche of 2-1 or 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer. Whatever, any lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer. But I know that you can feel rattled mentally when you've been up 2-0 and then it's 2-1. McCaskill just smiling. She's like, yeah, I got a red last time we played. Not a big deal.
So McCaskill shown a yellow. Look back at this. Really tugging on the jersey of Quinn.
A yellow card has been issued to Angel City FC, number 9, Savannah McCaskill, in the 56th game.
We do have yellow card accumulation in this league, so if you hit 5, you have to sit out your team's next game, which is why we don't have Tyler Lucy in for Angel City in this game. McCaskill, that's her 4th yellow of the season.
And a whistle in the other direction now. And here comes Olivia Vanderyacht.
Coming in for Zierra King, who had that great give and go with Fishlock, earned the assist on Fishlock's goal.
First change for OL Reign, and it is Vanderyacht, who, as you mentioned before, scored the game winner in the Challenge Cup matchup, the second meeting in Challenge Cup. He's yet to record a point in the regular season. Lavelle. Moves it wide. And Nielsen able to sniff it out.
I think what this game is going to come down to, John, is the difference in these teams' benches. Angel City still with, players coming back from injury, some having come back from international duty and not fully fit. Reign is sitting on a deeper bench.
Fishlock. Puts it back on the 1-2. Another semi-defender in Fishlock's way, by way of Katya Koroleva. And some frustration, I think, from both sides.
The disbelief on Jess Fishlock's face, the kind of half smile on Ricardo's face. Like, okay, whatever. Harchich lining up her wall, getting them in position. Dangerous position when you know Huerta's standing behind that ball. Looks like a lot of runners ready to go in.
Huerta curls it ahead. Popped right back out to Huerta, and then finds.
I love it, LaRue with the defensive header, and then the follow-up.
Katya Koroleva is finding herself in some precarious spots.
Not clear whose ball is, and looks like it's going to be Reigns, or it's a drop ball. So what? I wonder what it was that happened.
Well, the ball, it hit Katya Koroleva.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
so
So it's a restart with a drop ball.
Yeah, brought back to Reign. Barnes.
Sorry, Lauren Barnes. I was going to say, as many fans probably aware, no one has played as many minutes or featured as many NWSL games as Lauren Barnes. Incredible career with the Reign. And with the retirement of Alyssa Motts after the Chicago game tonight, we are now down to 5 players who have spent their entire NWSL careers with the same club, and 3 of those 5 are with the Reign. To me, that's so impressive, especially when you consider how tough the early years were in terms of compensation and needing to go play somewhere for half the year. So shout out to Barnes, Fishlock, and Rapinoe, who have stayed the course with OL Reign.
They've seen this club and this league as a whole grow into something truly special and impactful worldwide.
Playing in front of a huge crowd in LA, now playing their games in downtown Seattle at Lumen Field. It's amazing.
Quinn. Lavelle. Back to Quinn. Barnes works that left flank. Barnes, ball across, and cleared out of danger.
Still a good 30 minutes to go. To me, John, the next goal is the decider. Is it Angel City, adding to that lead, getting back that 2-goal cushion? Or is it Reign equalizing, which I think really really shuts down Angel City in terms of energy and confidence.
Fishlock, who has the rain goal thus far, lays it through for Little. And Little's won her side a corner kick. And remember what happened late in that first half. The penalty kick saved. This could very well be a 2-2 match at this point. Nonetheless, Angel City looking to hang on. And it is Kim Little who had her penalty kick saved. Didi Hadicic. In the waning moments of first half stoppage time. And swinging ball from Little. Hadicic unable to haul it in. Blast from distance. What a finish! A wonder goal for Huerta.
Love that celebration by Laura Harvey. And look at Sofia Huerta's blue tongue. Is that the magic? Like, it's team colors through and through, inside and out. We talked about this earlier. We don't see her score as much now that she is kind of taken that position as an outside back. Always coming forward, sending the lofted balls in. But she's been a dangerous striker in her NWSL career. Angel City clears the first ball, but that bullet from distance, upper corner. Corner kick from Little. Hadicic gets her hands on it, not a good clear. Defense gets it out, but Huerta unmarked, outside the box, top corner to equalize.
Laura Harvey and company fired up and for good reason.
I don't think she's thinking about the Euro final right now. She probably
No.
was earlier in the day, like what's it going to be tomorrow? Now she's like, this is all this game. It's all this game. But didn't she say that she predicted it'd be an England-Germany final the whole time?
That is correct. She did say that prior to the tournament starting, she did pick England-Germany in the final. Endo goes down. And a free kick on the way for the home side. And Simone Charlie heads on as Sydney Leroux comes off.
Simone Charlie, who's been like a super sub for this team, though I don't understand why she wouldn't be starting all the time. And Clarice Lebion, the French player, we haven't seen as much of her since they signed her, getting more and more minutes each game. I love the new wave of internationals that we're getting in NWSL. Louisville signing Tembi Katlana from South Africa. Of course, we won't see her till next year. Angel City, of course, once the Euro is over, they'll see goalkeeper Amel Schultz coming from Germany, though. How you take off Hadicic after that PK save in the first half.
By the way, do you have a prediction for tomorrow?
I'm going to say England's bringing it home, but it's going to be really close. It'll be a 1-0 or a 2-1.
All right, there you have it. Jen Cooper.
And if Germany scores, it's going to be Alexandra Pop scoring. But there's nothing I'd rather see at this moment than, or rather tomorrow, than Rachel Daly holding that Euro trophy.
You know, it will be a raucous atmosphere at Wembley. They've already sold out. And it's been a raucous atmosphere tonight in Los Angeles. Charlie. Rashawn is a substitute. And a throw into the way for Angel City, who have conceded consecutive goals. And still another 23 or so minutes remaining in this one. And what has been a thrilling matchup. Caro, who scored all the way back in the ninth. Cross towards Charlie. And it trickles wide. is Clarice Lebion, who since 2016 has scored 4 goals and 16 caps for the French national team. Lebion acquired back in April via transfer.
With her goal tonight, first goal of the season for Sofia Huerta, she's now up to 34 career goals. She's in the top 15 all-time in league history and now playing as a defender.
Someone who makes an impact regardless of where she's positioned in the pitch. A 4-time second 11 selection in the NWSL. And as you said, Jen, her first goal of the season is a big one. Lavelle tried to catch Hadicic off her line, unable to do so. Have to respect the ambitious effort, though, from Rose Lavelle.
And a much nicer Band-Aid this half. That's we were predicting that.
You did say that. They'd have some time.
Tough little knock on the nose.
It certainly was.
That's got to hurt, but so glad she's been able to stay in the game.
Riley. Spencer's pass intercepted. As Fishlock lays it ahead. And comes right back to Angel City.
And as we approach 70 minutes, you know, I look at the benches, see the available subs left, and this is the big difference that I see. Everyone available to sub in for Angel City. This is their first season in the league in terms of field players. I look at Reign's bench. You've got Tobin Heath, Veronica Latsko, Nikki Stanton, Allie Watt, Phoebe McLaren. You've got experienced players.
Lebion finds Charlie. And at the last second, Cook works it out of there for a corner. A couple of substitutes, some solid combination play up front.
Charlie may end up being the most important sub of this game for Angel City. Winning that corner. Can they get a go-ahead goal out of this?
In swinging ball. And no trouble for Tullis Joyce. And Fishlock is on the turf. Gonna get that right thigh area worked on. What a performance for Fishlock tonight. A goal. Remember back in the first half, she had an absolute blast that found the crossbar.
I'm always intrigued watching the trainers, the amount of gear that they have in such a small bag, and they're wearing the earpiece and all the accoutrement. Tullis Joyce making that save, not colliding with Fishlock. She was already down just to say, hey, need someone to check this.
Caroline DeRocher is the head athletic trainer for Noel Rain. And with the medical staff coming on, Fishlock will have to step off at least momentarily.
Laura Harvey, she's coached all but one season of NWSL. 2020 was the only year she was not part of the league. She was coaching the U20 women's national team that would have gone to the U20 Women's World Cup with Trinity Rodman and Mia Fischel, but of course that got canceled. Later joined the senior team staff and then came back to the Reign mid-season last year.
And she's sitting on 80 career regular season NWSL wins. A win tonight would move her to 81 and would tie her atop the regular season leaderboard. As you see Fishlock make her way back in the pitch. Great to see for a tremendous player. Here is the aforementioned Fishlock. Fishlock, one with Spencer, and it was over the touchline.
Seems like Reign is burning some time on the clock. Not feeling pressured. Still hunting for that third goal.
And still hunting for that elusive first road win of the season. 0-3-2 outside of Seattle. Vanderyacht finds Barnes with Green to work with. Barnes cross over everybody. Shoveled out to Endo. Vanderyacht. Wide for Lauren Barnes. Barnes trying to center it. Instead, pinballs over to Spencer. Right back to Barnes. Fishlock now. Quick cross. Vanderyacht. Left-footed cross, sneaks through. And Heidema unable to get there. Nielsen the first one to it. And continues her trek up the pitch. It is turned away as Heidema maintains possession. Lavelle pivots. Lavelle lets it fly. And Hanicic keeps things level.
So many shots from outside of the box for the Reign tonight. Hanicic able to shut them all down except the blast from Huerta. So many dangerous attacking elements for the Reign.
Mentioned the shots outside of the box. 8 of the 21 OL Reign shots have come from outside the 18. They have a 21-5 edge in shots, 9-3 cushion in shots on target. The XG now at 2.15 OL Reign, 1.33 for Angel City on expected goals. There is Lavelle. Options on both sides. Finds Heidema. Trying to slip it through to a streaking Fishlock. Spencer was well positioned.
Getting close to 80 minutes, and we've only seen one sub for the Reign. Obviously, they can make up to 4 more.
Lavelle can't stick with it. Clarice Lebion. One of the handful of substitutes that we've seen from Angel City. Remember, While some of these players were playing with their international squads, for the most part, these two teams have had at least 2 weeks off. For Angel City, it's been 3 weeks off. Charlie hustles after it. Endo heads forward. And Charlie takes the brunt of some strong contact from Hyatt.
And Angel City signing Claire Emsley. She was able to play in July because Scotland was not in the Euro. And as I mentioned before, June Endo, Japan wasn't playing their senior team in July. So Angel City didn't even sign any national team replacement players.
You mentioned Emsley. It is a Scottish versus Scottish matchup. Emsley for Angel City and Kim Little for OL Reign.
First time since 2018 that we've had Scotswoman versus Scotswoman.
Spencer in a return to play after missing the last 6 matches. Charlie jockeying for it. Wins it. Endo now. Opens things up left side. Ball crossed towards Charlie. Hyatt heads it out of there. An unconvincing clearance. Spencer does well to keep it forward. Endo tried to get a shot off, couldn't do so.
Seems like Reign is giving Angel City a lot of time and space in that half. Harchich probably further out from her goal than she's been all game.
He's had a stellar performance with the exception of the one misplayed cross. Saved a penalty kick. Really kept her side in this one with the barrage of attempts that have come her direction. Lavelle got a touch on it, gets it back. Here's Rose Lavelle, has Fishlock making a run, finds Fishlock, one touch, it's Hadicic! Tremendous save!
It was a mix of a hand and a leg save, like almost doing the splits, but she read that well, made herself big. I'm sure Fishlock is thinking, oh, I should have chipped the keeper.
There you see it.
Like, no, let's go back. Little to Lavelle, seeing Fishlock making the run, setting her up well. Harchich already well off her line, so that angle is really tough for Fishlock unless she chips the keeper.
8th save for Didi Hadicic. Seems like each one is better than the next. It's been a remarkable performance.
I think she's sending a message to the decision makers of, sure, you have another keeper coming in, but hey, I'm your starting keeper.
Well, we talked a little bit before about Alma Schultz and her skill and high level of play on the international stage, and you bring somebody of her caliber in, and it's almost like, how do you not start her? But you look at what Didi Hadicic has done tonight and really all season. She's made a very clear case.
And I think it's smart for the club to have 2 keepers that could both be starters. You keep the goalkeeping standard high, right?
Yes.
No one has challenged Harchich, obviously, for the starting position up to this moment. Maya Perez, who they signed earlier this season, they've loaned her out, to a European club so she can get some time in goal, but that's going to be a really tough decision for Coach Freya Kuhn to make when the time comes. Is it Schultz or is it Hadicic?
Hadicic just got checked on. Back on her feet. Here is Huerta. Rose Lavelle. Quinn now. Quinn slices. Quinn on the foot of Little, who could not control. Fishlock. Barnes. Back to Fishlock, who just moments ago was turned away by Didi Hadicic from point-blank range.
And finally, we have a second sub from OL Reign. And it's not a player you haven't heard of before. It's Tobin Heath.
Tobin Heath, as you said, a familiar name, a familiar face to those worldwide. Heads on for OL Reign. Debuted back on July 17th, sumped into the 78th minute. As Heath enters for her fellow U.S. national team member, Rose Lavelle. Mary Taylor heads on for Angel City as well. Do they have something in the works? It's Charlie. Works it left. Emsley sticks with it. Huerta sliding tackle did just enough to prevent a shot on target. Cross towards Charlie, sneaks through, and is scooped up by Tullis Joyce.
So many blue jerseys getting back to protect that Reign goal. Briefly leaving Charlie open, but ultimately keeping the ball out of the net. Tullis Joyce able to pick it up easily.
Here is Tobin Heath. Quinn. Arches cross, finds the head of Nielsen. Physical challenge, play continues. Quinn. Little in some space. Little. Heath. Now takes a deflection. And a very tight window for Tobin Heath to get a look on frame. Laura Harvey's squad trying to complete a comeback from 2 goals down for the second time this year. Or I should say their second straight time down 2-0. They were able to come back 3-2. A goal away from doing it once again. Heath. Fresh on as a substitute. Left side for Heinema in her debut. Heinema shanked it a bit, and a great catch.
The fans enjoyed that.
Yes. What an atmosphere tonight, Jen. We talked about this before, but hey, late night always seems to deliver, and it's done so again.
Well, and what a rich history that's building between these teams. I mean, Angel City not going to be happy with a draw, but a draw would mean their first result.
Yes.
Against the Reign.
0-3 this year in all competitions. 0-2 in Challenge Cup action. They lost 1-0 back on June 18th in regular season play. First touch for Taylor. Quinn, Lavelle. Great challenge as it's won back by Angel City. And you just get the sense the fireworks are not done just yet.
So much movement, lots of crisp passing Well read in that play by Recaro to shut it down.
Down goes Emsley, and certainly a whistle. Quinn. Big toss to Heath. Battling with Spencer. Heath looking for that whistle, to no avail. Heidema through for Huerta. Huerta gets the cross in to Heath, bounces it in! Tobin Heath!
Nutmegs the keeper. And I like her shoulder, she's like, well, I have a score. Don't hate me, LA people.
What a way to notch your first goal of this season in just the second match of the year with OL Reign for Tobin Heath.
And that 89th minute goal, John, is one of the latest for the Reign this season. Very likely the game winner. Huerta, as usual, great lofted ball. One touch, almost side volley from Heath, beating a defender and the keeper for a potential game winner. And there's the smile from the U.S. national team veteran. This is her first time back in NWSL in a couple of years, and that's her first regular season goal since, I think, 2019.
What a moment for Heath. 5 minutes of added time. Reign looking for more. Remember, they trailed 2-0 at the midway point. They had a penalty kick saved in the final moments of first half stoppage time. It did not matter. A 3-goal outburst thus far in the second half, but still ample time for both sides to notch another. Ali Riley. Lebion. Lebion. That's cut away by Alana Cook.
And that goal by Heath, John, it's her first goal since September 2019.
Long blast! It was on frame, but no trouble for Tolis Joyce.
Great read by the young keeper. Taking her time, resetting.
This Freya Coombs club have another goal in the tank. And again, the medical staff will come out. This will add a bit more time to the initial 5 minutes of stoppage time. As Little has helped to her feet.
And trying to burn some time off the clock. Of course, Reign putting up some subs.
Veronica Lapsko enters. Rose Lavelle comes off. Nikki Stampton heads on. She replaces Jordan Heidema in Heidema's debut.
Excellent debut. So
Yes.
close to getting on the score sheet.
Multiple times at that.
And of course, Kim Little waiting to get permission from the referee to come back on the field.
So for the moment, OL Reign down a player. There's the whistle. Free kick on the way for the visitors. And Little is back on the pitch. And here come the changes. Veronica Latsko.
Latsko acquired from Houston in the offseason. Nikki Stanton acquired from Chicago in a trade that brought her back to her home state of Washington. Great performance from Heidema in her NWSL debut.
Sixth appearance of the season for Stanton. 12th of the year for Latsko. Just the fourth time, though, as a substitute. There's the aforementioned Latsko. First touch of the evening.
Time is running out.
Heath gives chase. Angel City looking for that magical moment. First match for this side in 3 weeks. Heath. Taking off the ball. And a throw-in awarded to Reign. Much to the chagrin of Freya Kuhn. Heath heads back towards Little. Remember, there were a couple of stoppages in the added time, so we might see a little bit more than just 5 minutes. But it likely won't be all too much longer than this.
Reign slowing the play down, switching up who's taking the throw.
Andrew got whistled on the tackle from behind. And Jen, this might just be it. A last gasp effort. Numbers sent ahead for Angel City. Near capacity crowd comes to its feet. Ball ahead from LeBion. Headed towards nets. And an extension stop by Tolis Joyce. And there is the final whistle. Tobin Heath, a Hollywood moment, comes on as a sub and delivers the match winner. In a thrilling affair, 3-2 the final. OL Reign overcome a 2-0 deficit at the break. They put up not one, not two, but 3 goals in the second half. What a match that was. We'll have highlights after this on Twitch. Oh, roller coaster affair out west. 3-2 OL Reign victorious. What a way for Laura Harvey to pick up that 81st career regular season win. Now tied for the most regular season wins in NWSL history. An absolute thriller, Jen. Let's take a look back at the match that was.
I don't think either one of us would have guessed that we'd have 5 goals tonight, but 5 we did. Starting off early, Angel City, Carrie Recaro, defender, basically getting her first league goal to put Angel City on the board early. Love the ball from Emsley. Rebounded from Tullis Joyce, and Recaro is there to put the ball in the back of the net. Also in the first half, Sydney LaRue gets bumped in the box by Alana Cook. Savannah McCaskill steps up to convert her second PK goal of the season, 4th overall. 2-0 lead for Angel City going into the locker room. Second half, Jess Fishlock. So many tries, finally finishing this beautiful ball just into the corner to bounce back behind the keeper to get the Reign in the game. Then a corner kick from Kim Little. Not saved by Harachich, not cleared well enough, and Sofia Huerta bullet from distance to get her first goal of the 2022 season. Huge equalizer for the Reign, and she's like, come on guys, we're not done yet. Late in the game, Tobin Heath late sub, one touch, nutmegs Harachich for the game winner. This is the second time in a row that the Reign have conceded 2 in the first half, scored 3 in the second half to come away with the win. First road win of the season, 81st career win.
Well, take a look around the NWSL. The final score from earlier tonight, San Diego Wave, 1-0 win. A couple intriguing matchups tomorrow as well.
Wave back on top of the standings tomorrow. Gotham Houston for the first time this year. First time Christy Mewis facing her old club. And then Kansas City hosting the Orlando Pride in the final game of this weekend.
So as we talked about during the broadcast, these two teams enter tonight similar spots in the NWSL standings, 6th and 7th respectively. Well, some movement after this result. OL Reign picks up its first road win of the season, catapults up to 4th.
Makes that jump above the line, which pushes Angel City below the playoff line. It's 6 teams that make the playoff. Top 2 get a bye to the semifinals. We're getting closer and closer to that point, every game making a difference.
A log jam in that middle portion. Still so much to play for. And what a night it was in Los Angeles. OL Reign, a 3-2 win, able to come back and, as you see, help their case. There is Tobin Heath. Deliver that Hollywood moment. Came on as a substitute. The 3-2 match winner, comeback complete. It's win number 81 for Laura Harvey in the regular season. First road win of the season for OL Reign. A big thanks to all of you for joining us tonight on Twitch. For our entire crew, my broadcast partner, Jen Cooper. I'm John Gross saying so long. The final from Los Angeles. OL Reign on the road. 3-2 come from behind win over Angel City FC and from a raucous atmosphere. Big thanks to all of you for joining us. A thrilling night. I'm John Gross saying so long. This has been the NWSL live on Twitch.